Hi, everybody. We are Mike and Brenda Baker, and today we are here on the 7th episode of 7 Issues That Men Deal With in Remarriage. And today's title is a long one. So, when you feel you failed to evaluate the outcomes properly.
So, ever feel like you failed to evaluate properly? I think I might do that every day. Okay, so point number one in this is really probably the most important point. Are you allowing for failure? Or are you allowing room for failure? All right, we as husbands and fathers, we feel like we got to get it right the first time. There's a lot of pressure on us to be dad. Well, dad has the answers for everything. All right, I've actually heard some of my sons who wouldn't listen to me earlier in life look at other sons when those sons that wouldn't listen got older. They looked at the younger sons and said, if mom and dad say it, then just listen.
Yeah.
Just do it. And it's funny at the time, sure, but there's a lot of pressure at the time when your kid is looking at you saying, you're cracked.
Mm-hmm.
All right, look, your outcomes are never going to be what you want them to be. I've often said that your kids are who you are, not who you want them to be. So, we joke, we spend all this time, our kids were young, and it was like, all right, you guys can, because I was told constantly I was stupid. And so for a long, long time, I struggled with feeling like a complete idiot. And I was bound and determined my kids would not feel that way. All right. And then her dad was somewhat neglectful. And so she had, issues with relationships, not issues with relationships. I don't want to say that.
Issues trusting men, for
men.
sure.
And
I still don't.
And here she was the mom of all boys.
Yeah.
So
that was scary. It was.
So, but we joke about how we would tell the boys, you can be anything, you can do anything, you're smart enough, go see the world. And they're all right here where we live.
Yeah.
All right here. And they all work in the trades. And we're proud of each of them for what they've chosen to do and what they've chosen to step into. We're not saying that we're not, but it's just interesting because I'm in the trades. My sons are in the trades. And so that's why I say in a lot of cases, and I've noticed this amongst other families too, not just ours, but your kids are who you are, not who you want to be. And so now we joke about how we're gonna have to leave for you guys to go out and go somewhere. So, but my point is you have to allow for failure. Your outcomes are easy to come up with. It's easy to say 2 + 2 is 4. But in a remarriage, in a marriage, in a regular family, 2 + 2 does not equal 4. And in a remarriage, 2 + 2 isn't even a question. Okay, because it's not going to equal 4. All right, it's not will it? No, it's just not going to. So you have so many moving parts and so many moving factors. You've got to allow for failure. You've got to allow for there to be some room for failure, because that's how you're going to learn, that's how you're going to grow, and that's how that family is going to come together a little more. Do you have something you want to throw in?
I don't. I think you really covered that well.
So then point number 2 is, are you learning? Okay, this ties right into with, are you giving room for failure? Are you learning? All right, don't look at it as failure. Look at it as a learning opportunity. Okay, people who make it huge in business have failed a lot.
Yeah.
All right, and what they will tell you is, I never failed. I learned. Every one of them was a learning opportunity. I learned that I shouldn't do this. It's like Thomas Edison. He had 10,000 ways he learned not to build a light bulb before he finally got. And that's what he said. They weren't failures. There were 10,000 ways not to build a light bulb. He proved it. Don't build it this way. All right. So, are you allowing for failure? Are you learning from those failures? Are you allowing your family to see you fail and learn from those failures? Failing well is part of leadership. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really important to be transparent on the things that you do wrong, or maybe you should have thought about, I don't know, what a business or an investment that you made, or maybe you signed up for a program and it didn't really turn out the way that you thought it would.
Yeah.
These are all things that you can be very transparent with your family and teach as you're going through them.
Which brings us into number 3, which is transparency. Now, what is transparency? There's often some discrepancy on what transparency is. Transparency means there's no secrets. We talk, we joke in the family, but it's true. There are things, we don't believe in secrets. I don't believe in secrets, but I do believe there are things that are none of your business. Okay. There are certain aspects of my relationship with my wife that are none of your business. Okay, but at the same time, I'm not holding any secrets either. And what is a secret then? A secret is something that you're holding that really doesn't need to be held. It has an ulterior motive. Okay, things that are none of your business have no ulterior motive. They're just none of your business. But things, but transparency. Okay, if you failed, you need to tell your kids straight up, hey, This was a serious screw up on my part. I really dropped the ball on this. I'm sorry. Let's talk about what we can do to fix this. Or here's what I'm going to do to fix this. If you make some promises to your stepkids and you don't follow through, but you follow through with the promises to your kids, you need to sit the family down, and you need to apologize to both sets of kids.
Yep.
All right. You need to say, I am sorry that I am giving you attention that I did not give to them. That was not right of me to do. We are a family, and I'm sorry that I didn't give you time that I should have given you. All right. Remember, your goal here is for your remarriage to be your last marriage, and in order for that to happen, your family has to be your family. It doesn't have to be your mixed family, your blended family. It's a family. There's still the office of mom. There's still the office of dad, and there's still the office of brothers and sisters, and that doesn't change.
Yeah, and part of being a leader is really to teach. That's part of your job as the leader of the family. Sure, you should get your wife's input on things. You should, if you're a smart man, you will get her input.
We'll work as a team, yeah.
Yeah, because it's two halves of the whole. And it really brings about the synergy within your marriage that you need and you want. That way it can be a win-win rather than just a dictatorship.
Yeah. Part of allowing failure to be teaching moments in your household is also a huge part of building your family identity.
Yeah.
Because it allows you guys to all come to grips with what has been done wrong and now what we can do to make it right. And you work together as a family. Family identity is huge. Okay? Huge. There's a serious fracturing of the family in the United States now, really across the world, but more so in the United States, where, the screens separate families, programs separate families, schools separate families, religion separates families, and that's funny coming from us because we're a religious family, but politics divide families because we allow it to. So, really, there's this constant push on the family to be interdependent, meaning that they don't need each other, rather than independent as a unit. Okay.
Isn't it the
opposite? It pushes independence of an individual, but really that independence needs to be the family unit, the independent family. I've always pictured there are families who, if you were to picture a family in a circle looking in, that family is only focused on the family. Okay. But the way that I picture it is a family who is facing out, who works together and is independent and secure as a family, who is aware of each other as well as others around them, if that makes sense. Okay. So the whole point here is you've got to allow failure. Don't expect a perfect outcome every time. You can anticipate an outcome, but have some leverage in there. Don't be so strict, and learn and be transparent when you screw up, man. But be transparent when you do something right. Doesn't mean run around the house saying, "Look, I got this right." But just look what we did. Look what we did. It's awesome, and build that family identity so that your family name is something worthy to be carried. And if you're in a mixed family and you've got two different family names, you make both those family names part of your family identity.
Exactly. So that concludes our lesson today on 7 issues that men deal with in remarriage. We hope that this whole series helped you. There's 7 of these videos on different topics within the main topic. There's also one on the playlist for women, 7 issues that women deal with in remarriage. And so we hope that those definitely helped you to get a new perspective, maybe see the other side, see your husband's side if you're a woman and vice versa. And we really hope that this just really blesses you and helps to encourage you to be the best that you can be in your remarriage, so that this marriage is your last. We would sure appreciate it if you would follow us, become a subscriber, or share this episode, and comment below if you have any questions, comments. Even if you don't like something, go ahead and just put them on down there because we will definitely reply. We hope that this helped you, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye.